Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a detailed February budget setup, and probably cash stuffing will be in another video because I think this takes me a little bit longer than I always think it's going to. But before we jump into setting up February, I just kind of want to take a moment and review what happened in the month of January. So when I set up my yearly budget, I do it on a spreadsheet and I average all of my variable ones like electricity, Southwest gas, things like that. I take kind of what I think I'm going to do for my cash envelopes for all my categories, and then my long-term sinking funds that are both envelopes and online accounts. And here's the back part of that one. It's the back part of this one. And then I take my things that I feel like I should be putting money away for every single month. And that's things that are annual subscriptions like tax prep, LegalZoom, fees, things like that. And then I put in our income, what incremental money we brought in, either myself or like for the month of January, we had a $500 refund on our car insurance because we had given our son-in-law our truck. And so then it was a difference, what the monthly difference was. And then in green, it was an upside of $326. And that's because I was accounting for the incremental income versus what I had actually spent. So that gave us that buffer that we were able to fund things that I normally wouldn't have had money to fund in my budget. So this is the way my mind works. It helps me to see everything for the year rolled out so there's no surprises. Like I know in the month of February, I need to pay my property taxes, and that's $2,200. That money is already in an online account. In the end of July, I'll be paying for my car insurance and homeowners insurance. We pay all of those at one time. So that money will be there. It's almost there. And so I don't worry about those bigger bills that I know are coming annually. I also save year round for Christmas, car maintenance, medical, things like that. So I did go ahead and actualize January. I just took my 2025 monthly spreadsheet, I copied it, and then I went through and I added in what we actually spent in each category, what I was able to add to, and what I took off some things I was not able to do that I had wanted to do. So that is where I start before I even sit down to plan February. I look at this first to see what I need to do. And then let's go ahead and write it out. Way too many papers in front of me. So I start on a spreadsheet. I know you can't see this. I am trying to work on doing a screen record so that you could follow along. Pretty much most of my bills are pretty much set. There's few fluctuations, but you know what? It's pretty much anybody could probably do my budget. So when I look at my total fixed expenses, including those long-term sinking funds, is $4,299. When I look at my lifestyle, which are my cash envelopes, it's $2,211, and that left me with $1,326 for my sinking funds, and then I just take that money and divide it out. But I'm just going to walk you through the process just so you see where my numbers come from. So for income, my husband and I are both on a pension. It's pretty fixed. I do not include any incremental income in my budget. I use that for extras. So whether it be savings or adding to different sinking funds, I don't count on it because things can get canceled, budgets can be cut, I could get sick, things like that. So $39.16. We get paid on the first of the month. It's really not as much fun as when we were working. Okay, I said 18, but I wrote 16. Okay, so for our fixed expenses, landscaping is $140, phone is $135, electricity I estimate $260. I know it's going to be less than that because I can look on our app, but any excess I put to buffer the summer months. Water and trash, I estimate 90. It's always right around there. Southwest gas, 88. It's higher in the winter for us. Internet at 120. Direct TV at 130. Netflix at 17. HBO Plus is 11. Hulu is 20. Life insurance for my husband and I are at 106. Gym went up a little bit to 75. Water service is drinking water that my daughter had at her apartment that I loved, so I just took it over because I have drank so much more water now that it's here. Car wash at 25. Medical insurance at $1,838. Neither my husband or I are old enough for Medicare, and we're both semi-retired, so we don't have employer-led medical insurance, so that's painful. My granddaughter's $529 is $100 a month. And then for homeowners insurance, I take out $175. For my auto insurance, $375. Property tax is $400, and that's $950 altogether. My HOA, I take out $105. It's paid quarterly, and pest control is fully funded. So let me just make sure that everything was included, because I have not updated this sheet as much as I should have. 88, 120, 130, 17, 11, 20, 106, 75, 75, 25, 838, 100, that's 950, and 105. Okay, what did I forget on here? Okay, I've got an estimate off here, so I am just going to, let's see, phone, water. Oh, because I had estimated 105 for my water instead of 90. So 10, 25, 105. So that is a difference of 15, right? Yes. Okay. And then I think I have one other one that's the gym I had at 74. So, okay. So we'll go ahead and go back with the number that's on my spreadsheet because I feel more comfortable with that one, 4299. So my fixed expenses are $4,299. I think I did what last month was 105. But my normal water bill is 90, but again, we have 4 people versus the 2 of last year, so we're going to leave it there. Groceries, I've had to take up because I've gone over, so I'm planning 700, 300 for eating out, spending at 200, my mom at 50, entertainment 100, miscellaneous at 50, personal care 200. Personal care will be massages, nails, pedicures, anything that keeps me sane. Household 100, gas at 300, and medicine I'm not funding because I have rollover. Coffee Monster Co. is a subscription. It comes out 1st of February, and that's 46. Elements is 70. Audible is 16 or 17. I'm just looking at my cheat sheet on the side here. Audible is 17. Microsoft is 10. iCloud is 11, I believe. iCloud is also 10. Ali Edwards is 22. Story of the month. Patreon is 9. Instagram is 17. Right? Is that everything? Yeah. Okay, so it should add up to 2,211. Let's see if that does. So 700 plus 300 plus 200 plus 50 plus 100 plus 50 plus 200 plus 100 plus 300 plus 46 plus 70. Oh no, Elements should be 80. Yeah, Elements is 80. That may have just messed me up. 17, 10 plus 10 plus 22 plus 9 plus 17. Oh, well, I did. Okay, 2,211. So that number comes up here. I'm not putting anything into savings right now, which got to work that out. So my total income is 7,836. My fixed expenses, so 7,836 minus 4,299 for my fixed expenses, minus 2,211 for what I call lifestyle, leaves me with sinking funds of 1,326. Then there's things that I fund every month. Car maintenance, 300. I am getting tires put on today, so that is, my whole sinking fund is wiped out, but I'm glad it was there. Christmas at 300. General fund, which is yearly subscriptions like LegalZoom, my tax prep, things like that. Gifts, we're not funny. Medical, I've been trying to put more, but right now I'm doing a 100. And then my cash envelopes, which are birthdays, things like that, was $526. So let me see if this makes sense. So 300 plus 300 plus 526 plus 100 plus 100 equals 1326. So if I take my total, what I call expenses, $42.99, I don't know if you can see that, plus 2211, plus my sinking funds, 1326 is 7836. Okay, $0 base budget. Now, things that will adjust as bills come in, like my electricity or my Southwest gas, like my gym went up. I'm sure they sent me an email. I don't think I saw it. It's not surprising. I picked up this water service. So this was January's first month that they billed me for. They billed at the end of the month. So that was new. And then over here, I did pick up some things, but I also took off some subscriptions. So that kind of balanced it out. I think I'm going to pause on Elements because my massage therapist that I love left, and I haven't found anybody that I like as well. So I may pause on that and then use up what I have on file already. And then all of these kind of just add up, could go away, but you know, for right now, I'm needing all of those. So that's where my budget is. And then I take those numbers and I plug it into this spreadsheet. And this one just tells me what cash I need to break out. So if it's a cash envelope or if it's an online transfer, if it's an online transfer, it doesn't go onto here. If it is a cash envelope that I'm going to pull cash, then it comes onto this one. So I needed to have $2,771 was what I needed to fund my cash envelopes for the month. I do not take bills out of here necessarily because those are just online transfers. I do put a lot of my bills on my Capital One card, and then I pay that from my checking account. I just make one lump sum payment to Capital One. It averages about $800 a month, which is what all the bills and subscription things like that I know I need to pay. So that $800 I write out of my checking account and I use a checkbook. I'm telling you, it's one of the best budgeting tools I have ever found. And I know that it's very obsolete because I don't write checks, but it helps me to say, here's what I have. Here's what I've already committed to. Here's my real number of what I have in my account. That is my cushion / emergency if I need it. So I just, at the beginning of the month, I take what's left over and I just start, everything that I'm going to transfer out. The $950 for my annual bills, I write that out on the first of the month. My, $100 to medical, I write that out. So it just keeps it really clear, and that way when I have incremental income that comes in, or somebody, I've paid for something and then they Venmo'd me, I just know when I do that Venmo transfer, it's really not my money. I owe that money to probably my credit card or my checking account, and then it comes in and it goes right back out again. So that is how my brain works, and it's helped me. If your brain works differently or you can run numbers in your mind, great. I no longer can. I used to be able to, but no longer. So I break it out into this spreadsheet, and then I take, this is what I needed. This is what I had left in my back to bank at the end of the month. So this is what I needed to pull. And so this is what I had pulled from my account. So you'll see like this one, I needed 11 ones. I had 14 left, so there was a -3. I just took those and put them into my rollover money. So that's kind of how I do that. I am funding a savings challenge based on what's left on my envelope. So I kind of do that first, and then anything else can go into rollover. And then this is what I took out of where I spent the $526. So car registration is something I have to fund every month. It's $60. My car registration is due in September. I want to make sure I have that money set aside. Birthdays for my immediate family, and then my sisters, my mom, things like that. Nieces and nephews I funded at the end of January with incremental income, and then some different ones that I like to fund, like date night. This is my beginning balance. This is what I added, and then I added a column called plus. So this will be anything incremental that I'm able to add based on my income. And then, so right now, of course, that's 0. These are all transfers. This is cash, and that's what I pulled out. So that is what I sit down and do for, it takes me about an hour and a half, at least, to run the numbers and then calculate what I have left over. So I had to do my January budget close, which I did this morning, and I filmed it. It was kind of a hot mess because things were not working out. So I did that, and then I pulled up my laptop and redid all of this and made sure that the money still matched. And then I pulled had already pulled the cash of what I thought I was going to need. Now I do have some excess that will go either back to the bank or will be used towards my incremental income cash stuffing, because I always want a little bit of cushion of cash so I'm not having to run back before I'm able to cash stuff my envelopes. But that one is unfortunately going to have to be a separate video because I need to go to work. So thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.